Now from the Weather Tracker TV Storm Studios, this is your weather today. Here's Chief Meteorologist William Cole.
All right, well, here we go on this Hump Day Wednesday. Of course, on the downhill slide now directly into the weekend. And I tell you what, heading into the weekend, our weather pattern here in North Texas, it is going to start to become active. In fact, I'm tracking two cold fronts that are currently inbound. One of them arrives today, not as big of a deal with this first cold front. But I tell you what, as I was looking over the latest weather charts this morning, I had to look at them not once, not twice, but three times. Because I tell you what, our second cold front that arrives late Saturday into Sunday, this may be a real deal game changer. If you like rain and you like fall-like temperatures, this will be a forecast you're going to want to hear because I've got some new details this morning. But first of all, let's go and talk about today. We do have a front coming in today. Now this one's going to kind of limp in. It's a fairly weak one, but it will bring our temperatures at least a little bit closer to normal. But before it arrives, today it's going to be a hot one out there. In fact, forecasting a daytime high right around 90. A fairly breezy southwesterly wind, that warming southwesterly wind will be kicking in as we go through the afternoon. So these were the morning lows here. And if you look around the area, it was definitely a much balmier, much milder start to the morning compared to the last several. In fact, a lot of locations a little bit closer to 70 for an actual morning low. In fact, DFW officially, that was our morning low, again, out the door earlier this morning. But here we go. We've got a blue line showing up. This is our surface chart here. So a blue line is a cold front. And so this is now inbound into North Texas. It's moving at a fairly good clip here. In fact, it's moving through the Oklahoma City area currently. A little bit of blowing dust now being reported in western Oklahoma. This will have a fairly stiff northerly wind with it. Now, even though there is some chillier air with the front off to the north, the deal is most of this chillier air, in fact, it's going to shift off to the east and not actually move into North Texas, right? So this will basically check our temperatures, put them a little bit closer to where we should be for this time of year. But again, as far as chilly fall-like temperatures, this front, simply put, that's going to be a swing and a miss. In fact, if you look carefully here at the flow, you can see the flow coming out of the northwest, but then pushing off to the east. Can you see that flow pattern there? So the air mass is going to follow that same flow, and as the air mass shifts off to the east, the chillier air mass, again, like I mentioned, by and large here in North Texas, this will just kind of check our temperatures, right? We'll actually, in fact, even have a bit of a warming trend into the weekend. But again, by late weekend, late Saturday into Sunday, it's all about this here. This is our next storm system. And in fact, this front is now beginning to take shape up here across parts of the Gulf of Alaska. And so this will be inbound. Again, the way it looks right now, the timing is speeding up on this a little bit for late Saturday into very early Sunday morning. And there will be an opportunity, the way it looks right now, of some rain, some storms. I think we're going to have to watch for possibly even some strong to maybe severe storms. And this one will have a push of chillier air. Now the air will kind of linger a little bit behind it, right? So it's not going to be a wave of just chilly air with the front, but I can tell you by early next week, we're talking about daytime highs in the 60s. So again, yes, this will be a real deal taste of fall. So here's a quick peek at that front coming through. Again, we're essentially dry between now and then. No real opportunity of rain through at least part of the weekend. But here we go. By late on Saturday, here comes the front approaching from the north. Should see a line of storms. You see it right there begin to develop near the Red River Valley. Rainstorms possible Saturday night into Sunday morning, and even some lingering activity as we go through parts of the day on Sunday, and then beginning to taper off the rain chances as we get into Monday. But again, like I mentioned, this will be now our real deal taste of fall that does arrive. So let's go talk about the fair forecast. If for any reason you're heading out there today, well, it's going to be hot, 90. I don't know if today is going to be the best day to go, because I can tell you tomorrow, Thursday, looking much better. Even on Friday, again, looking a little bit better again to maybe head on out and enjoy the fair. Otherwise, temperatures today around the area, you can see we're going to be very close to 90. It's going to be that very warm southwesterly wind kicking in. It's a 10% probability. This is fairly late in the day of a stray shower down in our far southern counties as that front does move through. And here we go, more in the way of 50s. Look at that. You can definitely tell a front move through the area. Those are your morning lows to start your Thursday. And then as we go through Thursday, temperatures closer to normal here, generally mid 80s around the area. So we'll at least call it less hot as we get into tomorrow, Thursday. We're essentially dry. We rebound the temperatures heading into the weekend. But here comes that front, rainstorms possible late Saturday into Sunday, maybe some severe weather, and look at those 60s by early next week. Overnight lows may be dipping down into the upper 40s. We'll talk more about this as the hour rolls along.